Or don't behold, because you can't see me. I'm assuming they heard all of that shenanigans because I'm full of shenanigans. Hello, weirdos and malafolks. How you all doing today? Apparently, full of shenanigans and ridiculousness today, which, let's be honest, that's pretty much what I normally do anyways. I'm just a little bit extra goofy. So, hello. I am Doug, also known as Gooselotto and Top Doug Design. It is, in fact, Miniature Monday on the first Monday of the month. Oh, goodness, my thing blooped for a second there. Okay, we're all good. Yeah, if only there were the, okay, I don't know. I was being witty or trying to, and then my brain went, pfft. So, hello, how are y'all doing today? Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And yeah, so let's paint things. So I am working on what is going to be, I guess, the last of the minis for this crew. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, honestly, I did zero work at all over the weekend. It was nice. And I'm chilling and relaxing. And yeah, diving back in today. How do I achieve it? I have my magical secrets, generally known as ADHD and medication, because funds. But anyway, I'm going to be painting this. This is Vanessa Chambers, the one of the Chambers sisters, who is not, the crazy sword people. We got the Vanessa. We got Victoria and Victoria, who one of them is a doppelganger. I'm not telling you which one. And yeah, so they're all painted up. I've got the rest of the crew pretty much painted up. I was going to base them, but then it turns out all of my crackle paint decided to go bad on me, so I can't. And so I got to find get some more crackle paint, and my local game store was sold out. It was very, very sad. So here we go. Let's open that up. Hope you all had a lovely weekend. Mine was fun. I went over to the Austin area for the Sherwood Forest Medieval Fair. Way to bottle me. Don't bottle me. That'd be awkward. I'd be tiny. Yeah, help me. I'm in a bottle. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, so after I finish this up, I read about the speed painting thing. Found the email. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's something that my contact at my local game store was telling me about, was that their truck overturned, which is insane. But, does go a long way towards explaining why speed paint, the Army Painter speed paints, are delayed everywhere. Yeah, if you're waiting on getting the Army Painter speed paints, which look really cool, they're effectively a Army Painter's answer to the GW contrast paints. And so apparently, like, a major shipping truck for them, like, overturned and destroyed a huge chunk of stock. Hey, Haunted. Oh, man. You're throwing me off, Haunted. I feel like you changed your color. You're the color of your words on my screen. And so Now I cannot tell. I didn't realize it was you. Maybe. I don't know. I could be completely wrong on that. Yeah, you were like purple or kind of a bluish color. You're definitely not the color that you are when you tune in on my personal streams. So I'm thrown off, man. I don't know. I think we might have a doppelganger here. Well, it's definitely not a neon green. It's kind of a pea green. Like, split pea soup. But yeah, it has been a busy couple of days. I went and had a fun time over in Austin at the Sherwood Medieval Fair. They're not allowed to call it Renaissance Fair because apparently a branding thing, I guess. Apparently there's only a certain number of fairs in the U.S. that are actually allowed to refer to themselves as a Renaissance Fair, and Sherwood is not one of them. One of my friends who works at one of them was explaining this to me, and so but yeah, it's been busy. I had my Kickstarter for some 3D printable stuff close out last week. Gearing up to deliver all of that. I also had a big, exciting announcement. I posted it on a weird place and on the forums and all over the place. I officially announced that I am running the Lone Star Fodown Malifaux GT here in Houston, Texas. And you should all come to it. You've heard me, if you've turned into the stream before, you've heard me talk about my wonderful local game store, Dragon's Lair, many, many times. Because they are an amazingly awesome, huge local game store that I go to, and that's where I play Malifaux at. And we worked out a time when I can go there and host a big old tourney. We've got room in the space for 66 players. We could actually, without bringing in extra tables. And if we brought in extra tables, we could have even more there. Now, I do not anticipate needing that space beyond 66 players. I would love it if we had more than that. If we required that. That would basically make it the largest Malifaux event in the U.S. But I'm anticipating we won't quite get to that our first time out. And that will be second weekend in October. So October 7th, 8th, and 9th. And you should all come to it because I'll be there. And it'll be awesome. And then you can also see the awesome game store that I have talked up so much. And I'll be letting you all know when tickets are going on sale. Because I want that to be super awesome and be like one of the biggest Malifaux events possible. Because apparently now I am guy who runs all of the things. I have for those of you who know her, I have become, I've taken on the mantle of Chrissy and am now the guy who does all of the things. All righty. Yeah, let's hit her face with this. So I'm hoping we'll actually be able to get her all wrapped up before the end of stream tonight, because that would be pretty cool. Of course, then, once she's all done, I'll have to figure out what keyword I'm moving on to next. I was thinking, because remember, the goal is that I'm going to have a playable keyword from every single faction by the end of the year. Now, I've already got that completed for Neverborn and for Arcanist, because those are my main factions I play most of the time. So what is it you got? All right, I got to look at her artwork real fast here. But I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to go with after my outcasts here. So I'm just pulling up her artwork. Okay, so that is leather. That's a leather strap there. All right, cool. Alrighty. So I've got, Explorers done with the Apex keyword. I've got Arcanists and Neverborn done with multiple keywords. Let's see. I've got a hey, what is up under construction? Hey Jay, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you pop in a while. Like going with something different. Oh, no worries. I hear you, man. Got to keep busy. Are you going to be able to make it out to the tournament on Saturday, Jay? It's at the new space, which is, I don't think you've been in the new space yet. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Congrats. Well, I mean, you're gonna be able to make it out to the because we got the monthly tournament is this Saturday. No, you didn't tell me. Yeah, yeah. I mean, come on, bring it on out to the tournament, man. I'll look over it then. I'm also excited. I booked my tickets to go to Nova Open, which should be exciting since the USFT is running the championship there this year. I mean, a lot of my local guys are, wondering about the information as to what's going on with the rankings, and I don't know what they are right now. But chatted with Owen and Jeff Mangsker, and they said that they're, will hopefully be posting those soon, which is good because for some reason my local guys assume I know all of the things. I don't know everything. Just because I'm here painting and running lots of events and things doesn't mean I know all of the things. I just know many of the things. Yeah, it's in the DC area. I think what was that? Crystal City is the name of the place that it's at. Is the specific area that it's in, I guess. Yeah, yeah, that's what they were telling me when I was chatting with them about it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't been to DC in a long time. So I'm excited to go. A lot of other Malifaux players are going to be there, plus a lot of other painting people that I know have said they're going to be there. So like other paint streamers, like I think like Brush for Hire, Cephalopod Studios, they're all saying that they're going to be there. So that'll be nice. Get to go actually hang out with some of the other people who paint online as well. It should be really cool. Oh, that'd be good times. So under construction paints, you planning on being at Nova Open then? Awesome. I shall see you there. I've not been before, so it'll be my first time at Nova. For it is a good convention. Yeah, I mean, so I've signed up for the Malifaux GT, the Brawl, and the Henchman Hardcore. There's also because they're doing the Invitational, and I'm assuming I'm not going to qualify for that because I'm not sure I'll get in a single tournament on the rankings before then. Other than maybe, actually, no, probably Gen Con. But I mean, I normally just kind of have fun at Gen Con, at least lately. Oh, I already booked my tickets. Booked them this afternoon. No, sorry, booked them this morning. Yeah, I had a couple years before I became the guy who runs everything. I had a couple years where I was doing, doing really, really well competitively. And in the local scene, I was the guy who, and this is towards the tail end of second edition. I was the guy in my local scene who, was as Jay would put it, a couple years ago, I was the Andre of the end of second edition scene. And then third edition came out, and I became the guy who runs everything. So I don't actually get to compete very often anymore. So when I do go and play, I get to, I usually run some silly shenanigans stuff if I go competitively. Who knows if my silly shenanigans I ran at Gen Con last year will be allowed at Nova. But I enjoyed running my Titania and Marcus crew. At Gen Con last year. Because shenanigans. I haven't noticed that, Jay. But, it's the. I've been playing since the launch of second edition. And when I suddenly noticed that I got to be a decent level player was when in second edition they brought out a new round of masters. So Sandeep, Nelly, etc., etc., etc. And suddenly with those masters, I didn't have any preconceived notions as to how they should play. I went out and I played it, and just because I knew the basics to begin with, I went out and I was playing with them with a completely fresh set of eyes, and just ended up doing very well with them. Oh, I'm looking forward to the Urmanthium boar. A, that model looks cool as heck. B, it looks like it'll be pretty solid for both Marcus and Titania. Now, I haven't played a whole ton of either of those lately because I've been learning new Rasputina. But now I've got to gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna learn next. Because right now, I feel like it's more important for me to learn more masters so I can teach new players. As we're kind of doing a big push to get more players out at the local shop. So yeah. Oh, also, Jay, did you see the post I did about the big Houston GT that we announced? Yeah, so one of the next things I've got to do is so there's two hotels that are literally right around the corner from Dragon's Lair. It's walking distance from there to the shop. So I've just got to talk with them about getting a block. So that is on my list of things to do. All righty. Well, here, link. Oh yeah, no, I'll be letting everyone know once I have full specifics. I just wanted to, put it out there, get it marked on everyone's calendars. Second weekend in October. You should all come to Houston. The Lone Star Fodown Malifaux GT. Go metal. Look at her source art. Okay. I'm not going to lie, I'm not the best at doing object source lighting, but I'm really trying it out here on this one, really giving it a go. And trying a little bit of a different method than I've used for a lot of OSL stuff. I'm doing it with a fluorescent green. And I'm going in and I'm kind of coating this entire thing with the fluorescent green to start out with. And I'm going to kind of play with it from there. And we'll see how it goes. It's a bit of an experiment here. Hey, yeah, you're always welcome to stick around, Jay. I don't feel like you're hogging it. I hope to see you on Saturday at the tournament, man. Yeah, I feel like this model's a mess to me. I am deep within the chrysalis of misery. I'll just keep working through it. OSL always throws me. It either looks great or looks garbage for me. And it feels like there's no in between. Yeah, well, that's me saying that I really do not like how this looks right now. So, figuring it out. Heck yeah. Oh, this looks so sloppy right now. let's give the, let's put a little bit more of that on the book there. Oh, that's looking better. Count those pages. I wish I had an access to a laser cutter, because that would be pretty awesome. Alrighty. Well. So because I'm doing the object source lighting on this, I have to go with a non-metallic metal look for her metal chasings on things. Otherwise, the metal reads wrong next to the OSL. This is going to look a little bit like a hot mess for a little bit here. And then hopefully I'm going to rescue myself from said chrysalis of misery. this is a highly experimental model. So, hey, we shall see. Gonna be interesting. Kind of lean a little bit of some of the darkness away from the light there. Oh, yeah, you know what? I heard that too. I've heard they're hitting the road with Brutal Emissary sometime this summer. So can't wait to see that, Brutal Emissary and Chrysalis of Misery live. Okay, adding a little bit of that darkness back in there is kind of making it land a little bit better to start out with here. Kind of going and reestablishing some of the shadows. And to be fair, it is, magical, crackly energy. So if it's not perfect, well, it's because the thing itself is glowing, is what I will say there. Yeah, can totally make it look however I want because magic and a wizard did it. Oh, you know what? I was going to keep it as a surprise, but you know what? Chrysalis of Misery will be playing the Lone Star Fodown GT. You heard it here first. Lone Star Fodown GT, totally going to have Chrysalis of Misery there. So I'm excited. I'm actually going to a concert this weekend. Not Chrysalis of Misery or anything like that. Dead Animal Assembly Plant to do the pregame show. Oh. Well, Dead Animal Assembly Plant, I've heard good things about that band. But I'm actually going to a concert this coming Sunday. I'm very excited. I haven't been to a concert in over 2 years. Because, pandemic. But I was supposed to go, this concert was supposed to happen basically in April of 2020. We're going to see a couple of my favorite bands, which is going to be awesome. Going to see a Lacuna Coil and Apocalyptica this Sunday. So that's going to be awesome. Yep, they are still a thing. All right, so need those. Of course, I'm more going for Lacuna Coil. They're one of my favorite bands to see in concert. Absolutely love Lacuna Coil. Seen them 3 or 4 times now. They put on a great show every time. But we originally booked these tickets for 2020. So it's happening like 2 years later. And I know it's hard to remember, 2 years ago. But 2 years ago, remember, Uh, Italy is one of the, it was that first place where Corona got really, really bad. And Lacuna Coil is from Italy. So, yeah. Make sure I stay on camera. And they're one of my favorite bands. So I'm super excited for that next weekend. Malifaux tournament all day Saturday. Lacuna Coil and Apocalyptica Saturday. So, is there any good music everyone's listening to lately, or good shows you're watching on TV, or good movies that I haven't seen yet? Because I'm always up for more media to consume. I enjoy being entertained. Just kind of going back, adding some more shadows back in with the Rhinox hide. So, what has everyone else been painting up lately? Under construction paints. What have you been painting? Ooh, big stretch. Oh, there we go. Big old stretch. Where'd I put that paint? Well, hello, little paint. Oh my gosh, yes, Easter Angelica. That looks like so much fun to paint. Creepy, weird, half bunny lady. And super conveniently, my local shop just put in a very, very large, at least they told me, hopefully they actually put it in. They were getting ready to put in a very large Malfa order to start expanding their stock. Because they kind of let their stock dwindle because, all the Malfa players weren't coming in for a while because, pandemic and stuff. But now we're back and super active, and they want to, get restocked up. So hopefully they will get what I was planning on painting up next in. So I think the keyword I want, so I've decided that for the guild, I'm painting up Perdita and family. The family keyword. But I just got to wait for them to, actually come in. And then I also need to remember that when I'm painting them, I said I was going to paint them in a cool color palette. That's my normal warmer color palette, which McBluff pointed out I have a tendency of painting in. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's nice to, try to change it up and challenge myself as an artist from time to time. And while having, a distinct look is a good thing, I figure I shouldn't always be painting in a warm color palette. So I got to figure out what to do for the cool color palette for the family keyword. So I'm not going to be doing a December keyword anytime soon. Being that I've painted at least 3 different versions of Rasputina, 4 different versions of Rasputina. So I have Rasputina was the first Malifaux crew I ever painted. I then for Iron Painter one year, I did a diorama where of the story where she's got where Joss comes to kind of deliver an ultimatum to her, and so she freezes him to the wall and just smashes his arm, which is how Joss got the mechanical arm. So I did that as a diorama. I then also did a diorama of her, being up on a. She's standing on basically an ice block and has got 2 models frozen that I cast into transparent resin. And so I've got that there. And then I've also painted the alt Rasputina. So I currently have 4 painted versions of Rasputina. And I intend to paint the Christmas Rasputina at some point. So not going to be doing a fire-themed Rasputina anytime soon. Just because I've already painted December many, many times. So I got to figure out which faction to do. So Gil, hopefully Perdita will come in for me soon. If not, I got to figure out what to paint in the meantime. I mean, it's not like I don't have enough models here in my pile of possibilities. But yeah, I got to figure out ones that'll fit into my my hobby goal for the year. Of painting up. 1 keyword per faction. And so if Perdita doesn't come in by this weekend, I may have to go with a different faction. I might have to go with 10 Thunders then, because I was going to do Jacob Lynch for that. Because that means I've got to find where I've got that model set. Because what you don't see off camera is that my my office here is an absolute mess right now. Okay. Let's go with a little bit of that on some of the leather. Bring that up a little bit. I'm thinking I'm doing Jacob Lynch. But I've got to double check if I've got the new, if I've got the 3rd edition Jacob Lynch crew, or if I've just got the 2nd edition Jacob Lynch crew. In which case, I'd have to hunt down some of the other models out of my stuff. Either that, or maybe Shenlong. Or, because I'm anticipating I'm probably going to finish her up today, which will mean then I'm done with the mercenary keyword. So then I might do a one-off model or something next week while, because I've got to build a bunch of the models in too. We'll see. I'll figure it. I'll let you know by the end of the week, Kimberly, because got to make it exciting. Ooh, although if I build, I've got to build Shenlong, but if I build Shenlong, I could also then do him in a cool color scheme. Instead of doing like the normal like orange robes that you see a lot of people do, maybe do like blue robes. Yeah, that could be fun too. Clearly, I'm a very decisive person. Got to post it on the gram. If you didn't post pictures on the gram, did you even really do it? I mean, if the painted model didn't, appear on the Instagram, was that model even really painted? I joke because, let's be honest, most of the models that I've painted are not actually on the Instagram. Because I've only really been doing Instagram for honestly, for probably less than a year now. I think I really started getting more into doing the Instagram stuff when I started doing the streaming stuff here. So let me see. Let me do the mental list of, factions that will be left for me to continue painting things for my goal. So I've got Arcanist. I got multiples for Arcanist, multiples for Neverborn. I've got Apex for... So Apex is done for Explorer Society. This will be Outcasts. I've actually got Experimental good for Resurrectionists. So that just means I've got 10 Thunders, I've got Bayou, and then I've got Guild. Yeah, so 10 Thunders, Bayou, and Guild are the ones that I don't have things done for. Let's grab out of there. Actually, let's go with the sepia. Just going to do a little bit of a pin wash on the edge of the book. But yeah, after I'm done painting tonight, I will definitely go and sort out what I have as far as 10 Thunders goes. Because that'll be my backup. Or if I've just got a one-off model that I want to paint. We'll see. Ooh, maybe. I will paint Alt Barbaros if I'm not ready to go with other things. Making plans within plans, contingencies. Because I've always got a million things to paint, right? Something on my desk was making a weird squeaky noise. So I'm trying to figure out what it was. All right. No, is that it? Yep, that's what it is. Going slowly insane here because my little airbrush dump bucket makes a squeaky noise whenever it scoots around a little bit. I like how that red book's looking right there. Ooh, maybe if I'm ready. Ooh, what do we got? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. We found out how I can be famous now. Do tell me more how I can be famous, Mr. Bot. Oh, no. Now I'll never be famous. Hey, what is up, Carnage? Hey, by Carnage, I'm assuming that is my boy. Is that you? Is that you there, Andre? Ha! Hooray! Welcome, oh wonderful Andre. One of my guys who is my top players here in the Lone Star meta, and also does very, very well in the when he takes it on the road. I think you finished what, third? You finished what, third at Adepticon? Well, hopefully we can get them to come down to our Houston thing here. Keterin Llama, we do indeed tend to be somewhat a brutal meta, but very friendly. Like most everyone in the Houston meta is super friendly. Although to be fair, God, it has been years since it has literally been years since I've actually played against you, Andre. Since I'm now, forever TO, I don't end up getting to play against you very often. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I think this is the first time I've had you actually tune in when I'm streaming. Kind of just assumed that you knew that I did this now. But yeah, a lot of my, Lone Star guys, travel well. I know, right? Let's be honest though. In my years of being forever TO now, I have lost some of my competitive edge. But yeah, so what we're working on here is I'm working on finishing off the mercenary keyword, because if you hadn't seen it on stream yet, I've got almost the entire mercenary keyword painted up here. So I got those. I got her. Now I've got to finish the basing. But last time I went up to, oh yeah, that's alt bishop. He is, you know what? He's a sexy man. I can say that. I'm a straight man, and you know what? I can appreciate that he is ripped. I want to be him. He's sexy. And I got these. So oh man, seriously. But the plan is to have a completed keyword in every single. Yeah, so I'm kind of partial to these ones actually. I like them a little bit better than the punk rock swordswoman. Now those are really cool sculpts, but from a kind of a practical standpoint, I like that they went a little more Wild West with it there, because then it fits in. It fits in really well with Alt Taylor. So this is one of my favorite models. Fair enough. Well, we all know that I am a Marcus stan. The half doesn't have to be beefy. It is, ancient and enchanted. But anyone who has tuned into my stream here for more than about 30 seconds probably knows that I'm a Marcus fanboy, the biggest Marcus fanboy ever. Well, so at least on her, if you look at this one, because no, this is the alt sculpt. It is resting on her shoulder, so it's not likely to get snapped off like some of the other ones. But we all know I'm Marcus's biggest fan. So I'm fairly certain. I mean, we've been, in what I understand, is we've still before we were the most active. We were the most active region beforehand. And from what I've seen, we're still doing more tournaments than anyone else. And me doing Marcus cosplay would be wildly inappropriate. Yeah, I have no idea what the numbers look like for anyone else right now. I'm hoping Owen and Jeff get it updated soon. Because, Andre, you are not the only person who's been asking me. And it's not just you and Brian either. But I did, I booked my yeah, I got that's about 5 months out, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I've got my tickets booked for Nova. But the other thing is, we'll see how many spots they have available for the Invitational. Because they said there's the wild card spots then. But yeah, I completely hear you on that. Yeah, I've never been to Nova. Now, I know that a lot of people who I follow who are other painters are also going to be at Nova, and I think a lot of them are actually teaching classes. So I'll see what, I might end up taking some painting classes on Thursday and Friday if there's not an open spot in the Invitational. Now, Andre, are you on the because I know with Brian, he was saying that it's probably either Nova or Gen Con this year. Are you on an either or front for Gen Con, or are you planning on doing both? Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to go out on a limb right now, Andre, and say that you're probably at the top of Lone Star right now. Because you've won more tournaments than anyone else has in the air region. Oh, I put him in immediately. Oh, goodness. You won't be here next this Saturday. Oh, you're making me sad, man. But to be fair, you know, it being Alice's first Easter egg hunt, that sounds like fun. Totally throws me off how big she's gotten so quick, you know. She's what? Coming up on, will she be 2 before Gen Con? Or I can't remember exactly when she was born. 15 months. Wow. That's insane. Ooh, by recipe, you mean a food recipe? Not like a painting recipe? Because to be fair, I also refer to when I paint things as, recipe. Oh, that Andre. Well, can't chat about on the stream there specifically. We'll chat about that in person. But yeah, my design schedule is a little bit more open at the moment. Well, opening up soon. Clearing off, a couple other projects that other people had requested as well. But I've still got the design. I had started a kind of a design reference sheet because anytime I take on whether it's a character sculpting project or a terrain sculpting project, I go and do a full I do a workup to kind of get good source material to base it in reality. Think I'm trying to decide, what my next terrain project is going to be. Because people seem to be really enjoying the casino terrain I made. So getting people who are, kind of picking that up every now and then. So that's always good. Ooh. Well, if there's ever some kind of terrain that you want to 3D print that, does not exist out there in the world, reach out to this guy. Because I'm glad to, I'm always looking for new ideas of projects to take on. Um, I sell STL files, and I am working on getting a little bit more print on demand up and running. It just takes more logistics because then I've got to deal with shipping. But I'd like to, I mean, that's also something where I'd like to be able to expand my painting commissions beyond local as well, eventually, too. So getting worked up as far as getting those logistics handled for shipping, etc. But if you were able to get a hold of me to get me a recipe, then you're able to get a hold of me to do shipping of things. Or even just, files, if that's what you prefer. But what is the recipe of which you speak? Because it's not a Doug stream if I don't talk about whole bunch of, food things. I actually ate them already. I had some of them up here earlier, but I ate them before the stream started. Have you ever had those Lara bars? They're like a fruit and nut bar. They're in like the health food aisle. They're really, really tasty, but they're kind of expensive. Well, I found a recipe for how to make them at home, and I've been working on it and modified it, and I'm pretty good at making them now. Let me see. Yeah, but they're crazy expensive. But what I've got now, they take maybe 5 minutes to make. So it is, I'll tell you what the recipe is in a second. So yeah, let me catch up. Ooh, a massaman curry tuna salad. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds really good. I want to eat that. I want to go to there. Yeah, so for the Lara bars, basically it is take 2 cups of whatever nuts you want. I usually use dry roasted peanuts because I tend to have those around the house. But that also works with like cashews or almonds or whatever. So 2 cups of your favorite, whatever nuts you have. Throw them in your food processor and run it until they are, crumbly. Then you're going to take believe it was 2.5 cups of medjool dates. Basically, because those are hard to measure, I counted 25 medjool dates. And blend those in with the peanuts until it's kind of forms a thick paste. Oh, and also add in a teaspoon of cinnamon. And once it has made a thick paste, gonna throw in a cup of dried cherries or dried cranberries, craisins. You can throw in raisins if you prefer, but I prefer, dried cranberries or dried cherries. And then you mix it up till it's a homogeneous goop. Take it out and put it into a parchment-lined glass dish. And then I put that in the freezer for about 10 minutes. Well, so you squish it, thin till it's about, yay thick. Even layer across there. Put it in the freezer for about 10, 15 minutes. Turn it on a cutting board and cut it into size with a pizza cutter. Homemade Lara bars, fraction of the cost. Yeah, so it's made up mostly of date. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Andre. I will catch you later. Have a lovely day. Ooh, pecan pies sound really. Yeah. I was also looking at doing it with pecans because I love pecan pie. It is basically one of my favorite varieties of pie. Mm, definitely got to put a little more black in some of those areas there. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. I think it's going with the next layer up on the... Oh, wait, no, I've not done a pure... Oh, no, I have done pure muddy brown. Let's go with this one here. Oh, that's a little bit much. There we go. But if you want to send me that recipe for the massaman curry tuna salad, oh, please do, because that sounds delicious. Also sounds like it could be, is it kind of healthy adjacent? I hear the word tuna salad and I think kind of healthy. I hear the word salad and I think kind of healthy. Because I'm always looking for, I don't know, better healthy lunch options because I'm terrible at coming up with those. I've been trying to eat healthier. Healthy adjacent. Okay. Peanut butter instead of mayo. Ooh. Okay. Peanut butter plus fish. Not a normal combo. But there's peanut sauce. And I mean there's, usually there's fish sauce in peanut sauce. So, you know what? I could see it working out if done right. They might call you a madman. But it doesn't mean you were wrong. They said I was mad. I told them it was delicious. Oh, thank you for that. Now I've got an important question for you then. What are your feelings on anchovies on pizza? Because I love anchovies on pizza. And I'm aware of the fact that that is an unpopular opinion. But anchovies are one of my favorite toppings. Fair enough. And honestly, it's actually hard to find pizza places that carry anchovies anymore. Most of the chain places don't carry anchovies anymore. Like you can't order Domino's and get anchovies. Some Papa John's do, but not all of them. Okay, yeah, you'll find them on some salads sometimes. But people hear the word anchovies and they go, "Ew, disgusting anchovy, ew." But most of those people have never even given them a try. Ooh, and then we're all, you know what, we're at the time of year where we're getting up on Easter candy time. And obviously, we all know that the best Easter candy are the Reese's peanut butter eggs. Obviously. But I'm also a big fan of black jelly beans because black licorice is amazing. So, quick poll of anyone who is watching right now. What are your feelings on black licorice slash, black jelly beans? I just like to know. It can be a controversial topic. I'm talking about the big controversial things, anchovies on pizza, black jelly beans. Hard-hitting, important questions of the day. Oh, man. Well, see, no, it's okay that you don't like them, because then you can just give your black jelly beans to me. That's how it works. Unless there is someone else in your family happens to be your black jelly bean person. Because I'm convinced that all families need that black jelly bean person to eat the black jelly beans. For those who don't like them, my wife hates black jelly beans, so I'm her black jelly bean person. It's one of those things they don't tell you about relationships growing up. You got to figure out who gets to eat the black jelly beans. Let's get a little bit more of that. Pure of that. Also, I think my love of black licorice is one of the reasons I really like green curry. Is that green curry has got that little bit of anise flavor to it. And ever since I first tried that, oh man, I haven't thought about that in years. So first time I ever tried green curry, we were on our way home. This was back in high school. On our way home from a debate tournament. And we stopped at this great Thai restaurant. Hey, what's up, Viruk? Thank you. Glad you like her. You know, I've definitely got a bunch of cleanup to do on that OSL up top there. But, you know, it's coming along. See, it's in the 80s by me already. Because Texas. And I hate it. I hate that it's that hot already. Oh, yeah. So I keep, kind of going down here. Honestly, you know what? Here we go. Let's scoot this down a little bit. Is that better? I got to fidget around. And then I kind of, return to up there when I'm not, actively painting. Oh no! I mean, if you look at my table, I've actually got kind of an area blocked off here that I'm like, stay in here. Yeah, I mean, ideally, I would have a monitor in front of me, but that's where my paints are. So my computer screen's over here. My other computer screen is way on the other side over there. I've got multiple computers here. I mean, multiple computer screens. I've got two monitors on this computer. So, and frequently I feel like I want a third monitor. I'm thinking maybe when I am streaming, I should have my the stream up visible on my laptop instead of on the same computer I'm streaming from, so that I could, have it in front of me. Maybe I should try that. There we go. That's what that needed. go. Alrighty. My wet pellet's starting to curl up. That's annoying. Yeah, it's just a hate it when it happens. I also need to get, a bigger wet pellet. Back the Red Grass Games wet palette Kickstarter. Hopefully that'll show up soon. Because I've heard nothing but good things about their wet palette. Favorite base goop? Yeah, like base paint, you mean, or? Oh, you mean goop to put onto the base, like for basing. Yeah, I have. You know what? I need to give that a go. I have not tried. I've used a lot of the Citadel ones, but as I've said many times, I'm trying to move away from Citadel. I picked up some of this stuff, the Pro Acryl course basing. That heard good things about it. Haven't had a chance to try it yet. For these, I'm going to be doing the cracked earth basing. But sadly, my bottle of the Agrelin Earth has gone off. So I need to get some new crackle stuff. And unfortunately, my game they'd had a bunch in stock for a while. And then, come on. I apparently went too thin and need to. Then my game store had a bunch of the Scale 75 crackle. But unfortunately, when I went to pick some up on Thursday, they were sold out. And I was sad. Yeah, so I've seen a couple of those, and I was looking up a couple of different companies that have it. But I'm not a big fan of it being clear when it goes on. I've seen a couple that are white when they go on, and that sounds good because then I can tint that. Or the videos I've watched on it, tint it with some inks before putting it on. But it's just a matter of getting the stuff that I need, and a lot of places are sold out on it right now. And I try to avoid ordering paint off of Amazon because I've had several bad experiences where just the paint, like it froze in transit, or just various times where it did not work out properly. All right. So I think it is now time to try going with a nice glazy glaze of my Super Bright, my fluorescent green here. hopefully I can get this super thin. See how thin is it? Okay, yeah. And I'm going to try going everything there. With that fluorescent green to try to kind of gradually tint it towards, give it that look like it's picking up light from the green crackle glow here. And this is where we hopefully don't mess up the entire paint job. Oh, hey, we're getting late on the stream here. It's kind of that, moment of truth here on this. We're going to see how well my prep work was with the hitting stuff with white highlights. And then trying out using the fluorescent green on it. Seems to be working. Because this is a very, very thin glaze of a very, very bright green. And if I highlighted everything properly, really hit my highlights. Let's hope I didn't mess it up. Also wanted to make her eyes glow green, so. Chain should be picking up the green. And it should all of this down here. And hopefully it reads as OSL. Because isn't that the goal? With OSL, paint it and then try not to mess it up. Oof. That's what I always feel like. Okay, I may have managed not to completely mess it up with this OSL. Hope that's reading as OSL. Feel like it is. right, we've got about 3 minutes left here. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Lurks are always appreciated. You know, life happens. I think that's reading pretty well as OSL. Without toning the entire thing. Yeah, I guess looking good. Oh man, it looks like our time here is done. So, next week I'll be painting a different keyword. Thank you all for stopping by. Have a wonderful afternoon and stay weird, everyone.